Hi everyone. In this video, we'll be looking at the road widening cases and how to make those drawings in OBPath. So if you see the drawing template and drawing manual, there are set of layers and polygons that you are required to make depending on the different type of use cases for road widening and drain widening uh, uh, provisions if it is present in your drawing. So according to the uses, the layer name will be the same, affected underscore land underscore area, but we have different color codes that denote the different type of uses that can come up in a drawing. So if there is any CDP proposed drain affected area in your project, you will use the color code 2. You will use the color code 3 for project that has proposed road affected area. This is the case where if in your project you do not meet the 6-meter minimum existing road case requirement, then road widening is required to make your project accepted in scrutiny. So for those cases, for cases where the existing road width is less than 6 meter, you will be required to make the polygon using affected land area, and you'll use the color code 3 for proposed road affected area. If there is CDP proposed road affected area, you'll use the color code 4. In case of road widening affected areas, where there is road widening happening, the normal cases, you'll use the color code 5. And if there is any restricted area in your plot, you'll use the color code 6. So for all the cases other than restricted area, you'll also be required to provide the dimension of the surrendered road width. So for this training, let us take an example for proposed road affected area where the requirement is for 6-meter existing road case. And we'll see for this specific use case, how will we make the drawing and what are the different things that we have to keep in mind. So according to the bylaws, if your project does not have a minimum 4.5 meter road, existing road, the system will give an error because for every project, at least 4.5 meter road width road should be present in your project. So in case if your project has a existing road width of 4.2, we are taking this example, the system will show an error saying that minimum 4.5 meter required for existing road width. So you will not be able to provide the proposed road widening any layers or polygons to meet this because your existing road itself is not meeting the minimum 4.5 meter requirement. So you'll have to make sure that your existing road is at least 4.5 to actually use the proposed road polygon and road width. In case your project is having more than 4.5, and if you do not provide the road widening layer that we have provided, the system will show an error saying the road widening is required to meet the minimum 6-meter road width requirement. So that means in your project, to meet the minimum 6-meter requirement, you are required to surrender a part of your plot so that road widening can take place. So whenever your project existing road is more than 4.5 and less than 6 meter, the system will show this error and you'll have to provide the polygons and road width according to the drawing manual. Now let's take a case where the requirement is for 6 meter, the existing road width in your project is 5 meter. And you have made the proposed road polygon and road width, but you have surrendered only 0.3. So in this case, we are still not meeting the requirement because according to the bylaws, you are required to provide half of the deficit value in your project. So that's why you'll get an error saying provided road width widening width is less than the required width as per the 6-meter requirement. So as you see, you have the existing road width is 5 meter. We are required to provide to meet the 6-meter requirement. So the deficit 6 minus 5 is 1, and we are required to provide half of the deficit. So half of 1, that is 0.5. But because we have provided only 0.3, the system is showing an error. And for that, you'll need to surrender 0.2 more so that you'll meet the requirement. So if you see in the final scrutiny report, the example I'm showing, the existing road width is 5. We have provided half of the deficit, that is 0.5. 6 minus 5 equals 1, and half of 1 is 0.5. So we have provided 0.5 and the system is getting accepted now. Your drawing is accepted and you can go ahead and create your application. Let us see how to do this in the drawing itself. So in your drawing, we are taking a case for 4.5 meter existing road. So according to the bylaws, we are required to provide half of the deficit, that is 0.75. You'll be using the normal plot boundary layer for the net plot area that is remaining. So this is the plot boundary that you will be making that is remaining after you surrender your plot for road widening. So this is the polygon that will be used to calculate the FAR, all the information, the ground coverage and all. The net plot boundary that you remain after surrendering, you'll use the normal layer name that we already had in our system, that is plot underscore boundary. For the area that you are surrendering, you'll use the polygon called affected underscore land underscore area that is written in the drawing manual. And according to the project use case, you'll use the color code 3, that is for road widening, proposed road widening cases. So this is a simple way for how to meet this requirement. Similarly, for other cases, you will use the color code that is mentioned in the drawing manual.